everybody, Ollamh here, and welcome back to Sierra Saturday, the Dagger of Amon Raw. I have not recorded anything for this game for a while, mostly because of the fact that this is my least favorite part, is when we have to listen into all these different conversations. It is tedious. It is distracting, it is just a departure from the game, because it's just so much fluff.
I told you to stop bothering me, you camel driver.
Dr. Carter, I will stop bothering you when the dagger is safely back in Cairo.
I don't know if you've noticed, but the bloody dagger has been stolen from the bloody museum, you great twit.
I see no reason to exchange epithets with you, Dr. Carter. I am aware of the burglary. I am also aware that no evidence was left behind, and the dagger case was not harmed. In fact, I think you removed the dagger from the exhibit.
Me? Me? And what bloody reason would I have to steal my own bloody dagger from my own bloody exhibit?
The dagger is not yours, Doctor. It belongs to the Egyptian people. As to why you stole it, I do not pretend to understand your twisted American thinking. Perhaps you wanted to keep the dagger for yourself, in your own private collection.
Perhaps I should ask why you're shifting the blame onto me, you insignificant peasant. It would be very clever of you to steal the dagger, then stay about to start rumors about someone else stealing it.
Only an archaeological thief would make such an accusation, Doctor. Now I'm sure that you stole it for yourself.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Did not?
Did.
Did not.
Did.
Gentlemen, please.
Who asked you?
Mind your own business, you nosy reporter.
But
I have more important things to do.
Our discussion is far from over, Dr. Carter.
That's what you think, you malodorous buffoon.
Okay, so there's still yet more. Oh, now that's a conversation that I think Laura should be should listen in on. Yeah, Dorian and Yvette. Yvette, do not get your hooks into Dorian because into Steve Dorian, because, well, that's Laura's.
you are interested in the great art, no? Then you should come with me this evening. I'll give you the personal tour of the old master's gallery.
Well,
I guarantee that you will not be wasting your time. You will enjoy it very much.
Well,
You are studying the art at the université, no?
Well, yes, but
Then it is settled. I will give you the private tour in a little while, no? There is no need to thank me yet. I will be enjoying it as much as you will.
Okay, I think we may have finally exhausted everything. Holy crapoli, that was a lot of stuff. So we do have the glass, which is good. And we have found where the actual Dagger of Amon-Ra is. It's in the gift shop. But I do believe we should be able to come back here now. Yes. Okay. So yeah, now we have access to the full the full museum here. And I do not know where anything is. Okay, masks from around the world. Somebody's office, it looks like. Aha! Okay. Now this looked promising.
The placard says, "This is a granite stele depicting Horus and Thoth, found in the Temple of Amon-Ra. This stele was modified during the reign of the pharaoh Akhenaten, then restored during the reign of Tutankhamun. A sepulchral stele found in a tomb of the 6th dynasty. It tells the story of Una, born during the reign of King Tita, who served under Tita's successor Pepi. Una died during the reign of King Merena, full of days and honor."
Okay.
It looks remarkably like a glass case in the shape of a pyramid. A small card informs you that this case contained the famous Dagger of Amon-Ra, which is now missing.
Right. So let's keep on looking here.
You're in the ancient Egypt
Right, I wanted to look at this little thing here. There's something there and blood. That's
This
not good.
placard describes the full translated text on the Rosetta Stone, which still resides in the British Museum. In summary, the text records the decree made at Canopus by the priesthood in honor of the pharaoh Ptolemy III, Euergetes I, who reigned from 247 to 222 BC. The decree discusses the great benefits which the pharaoh had conferred on Egypt and states what festivals are to be celebrated in his honor, concluding with orders that a copy of the decree in hieroglyphics, Demotic and Greek shall be placed in every large temple in Egypt.
Right.
The card identifies the slab of black basalt as the Rosetta Stone. Hieroglyphs and letters from the English alphabet are clearly engraved on the stone.
Cool.
The Rosetta Stone was found by a French artillery officer among the ruins of Fort Saint-Julien near the Rosetta mouth of the Nile River in 1799. It came into the possession of the British government after the capitulation of Alexandria. The Rosetta Stone, currently on loan to the Leyendecker Museum, is the key to modern translations of ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs into English text. You notice that half of the Rosetta Stone seems to be missing from the display, replaced by a small card that reads, "Artifact 310 removed from display for research on 9/1/26 by O.M."
Okay. Do we need to...
While this is an interesting approach,
Okay, but that's... I mean, aren't we supposed to... I'm pretty sure...
the highly polished surface, the card,
Right, okay, so... I think... I know we're supposed to get an understanding of hieroglyphs at some point. What's going on here?
Ironically, there's a gold Ankh medallion, the ancient Egyptian symbol of life, resting in the pool of blood.
Right. So let's take a bit closer of a look at
A
that.
close look reveals the initials PS inscribed in the back of the bloody Ankh.
Really? Well, that's convenient.
You pick it up and... Apparently the shoe's owner stepped in some of the blood. It apparently belongs to a dainty foot.
Right. That's pretty convenient, isn't it?
While this is...
I don't think we have to continually, like, purposefully jot things down in the... Yep. That's not good.
The red fluid appears to be blood. This might explain Dr. Carter's pale appearance.
Probably.
A close look at the dagger reveals the words, "Made in Pittsburgh," stamped on the part of the blade that is not buried in Pippin Carter's chest. To your
Right.
naked eye, the rough surface of the dagger handle doesn't appear to hold any fingerprints, but that's something for the coroner to examine in detail. There are no signs of scratches or bruises on his flesh. This could mean that the murderer, assuming this wasn't a suicide, knew Dr. Carter well enough to get close and stab him without arousing any suspicion. Or it could just mean that Dr. Carter was completely taken by surprise when someone assaulted him from the shadows. The jacket is free of blood, but there is a bluish stain on one lapel. A close look and sniff at the stain makes you think that it's grape juice.
Okay, so at this
The
point,
bulge
they're
on
like,
one side is ruining the carefully tailored lines of the tuxedo.
the bulge on one side?
When you reach into Pippin's tuxedo jacket, you find a
Aha!
notepad in his inner pocket. Unreadable words are imprinted on the paper.
Right.
You pick it up
I will take that because I think that's going to come in handy later, and if we find a pencil, we can probably find out what was written there. So, okay.
There is a wide cut in the shirt fabric where the dagger sliced through to Pippin's chest. The cut is slightly wider than the width of the blade, as if it moved to one side after it penetrated his body.
Curious.
There is a wide... Studying the location of the dagger wound and its proximity to the vest, it's safe to conclude that the blood on the vest is coming out of the wound on Pippin's chest. From the smell of the damp stain, it appears that Dr. Carter was quite surprised by the stabbing.
P-jokes. Hallelujah. So, okay, so yes, we have...
His hair is a bit greasy, as if he hasn't washed it today. It has a slight smell of cigarette smoke, which is probably from the party.
So we have our first murder, and, or second murder, technically, but yeah, first within the museum.
No cavities in his teeth. The tongue is arched as if to say, You're not sure if the gaping mouth means he was trying to scream, or that rigor mortis is setting in, stretching his face muscles. However, he has only been here a short time. Pippin isn't breathing, but you detect the smell of garlic on his breath. It isn't a pleasant smell.
Right. Okay, so I think that's... I'm pretty sure that's everything. Yeah, see, time just moved ahead.
You scream like a banshee, lass. Did you kill the man then?
No, I just walked in here and found him.
I suppose that would explain your screaming then. Did you see the murderer?
No.
All right, I'll talk to you later after you've had a chance to calm down. Just don't try to leave the building.
So, yeah. Finally on to Chapter 3. Chapter 2 just takes way, way too long. On the cutting edge?
You're doing a fine job, Laura.
Thanks?
Having already interrogated the guests, Detective O'Reilly is now discussing the murder with the staff members as they leave the party. It would be best if you don't interfere.
So it's now 10 o'clock.
Hi, Miss Bowe. I'm Ernie Leach. Dr. Carrington told me you could stay a while and talk to the staff. I've got to lock the doors, so just come and find me when you're ready to leave. Dr. C also has a key, but you don't want to bother him about that.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Leach.
Just be careful where you go. Wolf will get upset if he finds you downstairs. See you later.
Yep. Okay, so now we have one new character involved.
Did you manage to learn anything from your interviews, Detective O'Reilly?
Don't bother your little head about it, lass.
It's my job, sir.
This is an official murder investigation, Miss Bowe. Do not be interfering.
Oh, I don't mean to interfere. I just want to know what's going on. Any leads so far?
Dr. Carter died as the result of someone sticking a gift shop dagger in his chest. What more do you need to know?
Well, for one thing, who did it?
Someone who didn't like him, that's my guess.
Brilliant deduction.
If you think that you can do better.
I can try.
Oh, wunderbar. Now we've got the amateurs involved.
I may not be a detective, but I'm terribly clever. I've solved murders before.
So stay out of me way, lass, and don't destroy the evidence.
Of course not.
Certainly not.
Yeah. Humph.
Rude. All right, so now we are free to investigate and try and find Stuf. So let's go back into the museum here.
You hear muffled voices.
Okay, so we're hearing muffled voices, which means we can...
Thank you for coming to see me, Olympia. This is very nice of you.
You're very welcome, my dear. What can I do for you?
Oh, you see, I found this strange bone, and I said to myself, if anyone can tell you what this is, it would be Olympia.
A bone, you say? How fascinating. Where did you find it?
I found it right here in the museum. Here it is, Doctor.
Now, let me see. Ha ha! Yvette, you silly girl. This is a chicken bone.
It is?
Yes, of course. Why, it is still greasy. You got this at dinner, didn't you?
Oh, you have caught me, Olympia. I was playing the little joke on you.
You are a funny girl, Yvette, but I am quite fond of you.
Olympia,
Of
we
course
are the
you
good
are.
friends, no? I have the problem I wish to talk to you about.
Oh, certainly. What is it?
Come closer so I can whisper it to you. It is very personal, and I want no one to overhear.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my.
Okay. So apparently Yvette has a personal problem that is very shocking. Now speaking of bones, I know there's a big bone that we're supposed to get. I don't remember where that is, though. I know it's... Aha! Yes, there it is. Okay. So, big
While
bone.
this is an interest,
So, big bone.
you pick it up and place it in your purse.
That's gotta be a big purse, because that thing looked like it was as wide as her shoulders. And if I remember right, there's a button over here that... Yes.
Welcome to the Leyendecker Museum Dinosaur Display. My name is Rex, and I'd like to tell you about myself. I'm a type of dinosaur known as Tyrannosaurus Rex, which means King of the Tyrant Lizards. Although I was not the largest type of dinosaur, I was the largest predator ever to walk the earth. Some of my friends were 40 feet long and weighed 8 tons, with teeth that were 6 inches long. Your modern elephants don't weigh more than 6 tons. I lived between 250 and 65 million years ago, during a period known as the Age of Dinosaurs, also called the Mesozoic era. The first complete skeleton of a Tyrannosaurus Rex was found just 24 years ago in Montana in 1902. Although there were many meat-eating dinosaurs, I was considered the best killing machine who ever lived. Speaking of which, I'm feeling a bit hungry. Would you like to volunteer to be my next meal?
Right. And on that note, I think we are going to save. And we're going to end it there for today. So at least now we are on into the meat of the actual game and we're actually doing something rather than just standing around listening to people yak, 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 yak. Next time we'll explore some more, find out more about the Leyendecker Museum, and probably run into yet another murder. Until then, as always, thank you guys very much for watching, and don't forget to press the subscribe button down below so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions.
If you wanna see some crazy
Cheerio!
you should meet me and my friends.
How he longed to feel fresh air on his face. And then he took my father's fountain pen and killed my secretary.
Oh, right.
Miss Fry, would you accompany us backstage, please? It is my experience that what happens behind the scenes can often be more interesting than what occurs on the stage.